I finally got a chance to see my most anticipated movie of the year, No Other Choice, and it didn't really disappoint. It did, however, get robbed at the Oscars with 0 nominations, so we're going to talk about it. But before I go any further, don't worry, this isn't a sponsor exactly because I'm technically just plugging myself. I vowed to put this reminder in all of my videos for 2026. If you could help me fulfill my dream of owning a 100k sub YouTube plaque, I would be so grateful. Look, I don't want to be one of those YouTubers who ask you to like and subscribe every video, but I'm gonna have to be because apparently it works. Anyways, this is the latest release for highly decorated South Korean director Park Chan-wook, who is responsible for some of my favorite films ever, namely Oldboy and The Handmaiden. His last movie, Decision to Leave, was quite good, but it lacked a lot of the magic I've seen in his previous work. This, on the other hand, is more of what I'm talking about. The story involves a paper-making company employee losing his job and struggling in somewhat of a rat race to maintain his lifestyle and support his family. Without spoiling much, the engaging part from this is the desperation he starts to exhibit in pursuit of finding new work for himself. From a technical aspect, first of all, this movie is shot wonderfully. Park Chan-wook always knows what he's doing when it comes to showing us some exquisite shots and beautiful images. I was mesmerized on several occasions by what I was seeing, and his high bar for quality visually was very much present again. There really hasn't been any shortage of that throughout his career. I will say at times the CG was looking slightly shoddy, and the lighting wasn't exactly always right, but I don't know, that could have been me. Sometimes The Handmaiden had the same issue, where just a few moments looked faker than the rest, maybe less natural. The performances were very fun, and the music was extremely complimentary to what we were seeing. Let's do some analysis and spoiler discussion now. Skip to right here if you want to avoid that. 3, 2, 1. Originally, I thought this was going to be some big critique on corporations turning us into feverish, sad, desperate people who will do anything just for a semblance of normal life, turning us against each other when we should be working together possibly to check their power. I also thought this would get at something similar to the short story The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, which is something I covered in part 1 of my Lighthouse review, shameless plug, haha. But anyways, the main idea from that is that within our broken system, the suffering of some is necessary for the greater good. But surprisingly, we get an exploration of the inverse, which you could also say is very prevalent in our broken system. We have seen lots of examples of the suffering of many leading to the benefit of one. It's no wonder this tends to occur in an oligarchy such as ours, or perhaps under the economic layout of capitalism. I don't know, that's for you to decide. It's always interesting to see perspectives like this, or maybe something like Parasite, because it kind of shows that this is a broader issue in developed society and not just in one country or another. I'm always so enthralled with how these Korean storytellers handle their symbolism and how tightly and neatly packed and applied the imagery is. The usage of literary devices here are nothing short of masterful. For instance, we have a paper worker. He's obsessed with plants. He himself is even compared to being a plant by other characters, which is ironic as it is, but the whole thing is stretched across the entire length of the film. He's both sturdy and unwilling to change like a tree is, and he's not too keen on the idea of becoming paper, becoming something else. We later learn that he's almost a carbon copy of his peers, all seeming to be stuck on one track with each other and being tied to their roots, similar to trees in a forest, perhaps. And during the end credits, we see trees being cut for harvest, presumably for paper. So the metaphor here about the sacrifice of many for the benefit of one is consistent. See what I'm saying now? It's brilliant writing, but it's satisfying to have everything working together for your audience like that too. This example I'm giving is only the first that comes to my mind. There's a ton of other great stuff to unpack. I like how the ending is presented as a happy one, but the more you think about it, the more it isn't. Firstly, the amount of damage that got done both internally to himself and externally onto lots of others might haunt him forever. And then also, he seems to be under the impression that it's all over, peace has been found, and that it's going to be all uphill from here, and that things couldn't possibly get worse when we all know what's coming. And that kind of sums up the impending doom of today's world. I mean, the guy he replaced was fucking miserable. It might seem easy to forget that, but he's got no other choice but to live in blissful ignorance, and honestly, so do we. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. This is easily the biggest snub in many years for any Oscar nomination, and I really want you to go see it, at least for the sake of supporting cinema that does not originate from the US. This will absolutely be one of my favorites all year, and I don't want the lack of awards buzz to keep people from seeing it and supporting it. It's a shame I have to call it underrated because this is the work of a legend who deserves his flowers by now. 9 out of 10, no question about it. Still in theaters right now, hopefully. If you don't have it in theaters near you, I'm assuming it'll be on streaming soon. Go see it, go see it, go see it. Go see it. Let's show the Oscars that they made a mistake. All right, bye-bye.